Welcome to the Introduction to Really Simple Systems webinar. My name's Lisa and I'll take approximately 30 minutes to demonstrate our sales module. Really Simple Systems CRM is a cloud-based subscription system and you can gain access anywhere with any device through any web browser. I'm going to concentrate today on our sales module, which covers two main areas: contact management, so who are your accounts that you're dealing with, who are the contacts within the accounts, and things like task reminders to do things and activities, a complete history on the account, plus opportunity management, which are your sales leads. When you first log on to the CRM system, you'll see this welcome screen on the home dashboard, which has some quick links to get you started. Once you're familiar with your CRM, you can turn off the welcome page by clicking on the dashboard options and unticking that button. You then have the option to add or remove any widgets that you want. Obviously, you've got things like your logo, and you can click on here and add or remove widgets. Depending on whether you're more sales focused or marketing focused, if you're sales focused, you have widgets which are to do with contact management or adding things like sales per quarter. So your home dashboard can be customized at the user level. The menu on the left-hand side allows you to navigate around the system, whether you want to look at the accounts, the companies that you're dealing with, contacts, all in different grid or sales opportunities. You also have various searches. Up here at the top we have the global search, so if you want to type in something like bank, it will search across all your accounts, all your contacts, all your opportunities or tasks. And then underneath we have what we call the grid searches, so you can just search against your accounts for something like bank, or you can go into contacts and search for a particular name that you're looking for. So let's get started. To get started with a CRM system, you need to add a new account before you add a contact, an opportunity or a task. You can simply add accounts one by clicking the Add button from the Accounts menu. You simply type in your name and as much information as you've got. It will default to a prospect or a suspect, whatever you've got set up. You will be the account owner, or you can give it to one of your colleagues, and you save. Once you've saved, then you can start adding other details like contacts, tasks, activities and opportunities within the page. The other way to get started would be to do a data upload. If you have data currently in a spreadsheet or CSV file, we have a data upload tool, which if you go to the settings and you've got admin rights, you can get access to the settings. If you right click and open that in a separate tab, within the data management section here, we've got an import and data export. Import data from CSV or spreadsheets. You simply click on there, choose your file and go. And if you've got any problems or you want help, Really Simple Systems will load this for you free of charge. So send support at Really Simple Systems an email with your spreadsheet and they'll load it for you. But if you want to have a go yourself, you can open one of the support drawers by clicking on the question mark, and there's all the information that you will need about import data. And if you want to find out more, it will take you directly into our support hub, opening a new tab, and you'll have all the information that you need from overview level right down to how it works in more detail and creating new records. And there's videos all there as well. So the support hub is a really useful tool for you. Once the data has been loaded, all your accounts, if you click on the menu on the left, all your accounts will be found under the accounts here, and you've got the search there, so you can go in and say find me all my London accounts. You've got the options on these grids. If I click the Bogley's Bank, you'll have options to either delete, export, or more options in merging. And these grids you can move around as well. So if you want to have the phone number further across and have the type next to it, you now have drag and drop that you can move your fields around. If you click on more, say you can merge one account to another. So let's go into the system and we'll have a look at all accounts and have a look at the details. So if we click on the NotWest, you've got your account data at the top, the company, whether they're a prospect or a client. I'll show you the full screen and then we'll show you how to edit it. Underneath, you've got the contacts that belong to that account. We've got any tasks that need doing in the future. We've got activities, which is a history on the account. And we've got any sales leads. We also have something called linked accounts, which is exactly what it says. You can link one account with another if it has a relationship, head office subsidiary, or if you deal with consultants that give you leads. If you're going to have our integrated marketing module, then under the campaign details, it'll show you which marketing campaigns, the campaign stages, and by their status, which campaigns and what they've done, whether they've clicked through, it's just been mailed or they've been selected. And finally, at the bottom, we have a document storage. You can drag and drop documents onto this file and files onto your account. Things like quotes, I put my quotes on there in PDF, minutes of meeting, Word documents, etc. So either drag and drop or select your files to upload. And that's all on the same account page. So to edit, click the edit button here. And you'll see here, left-hand side is fairly straightforward. Name, address, website, doesn't change a lot. Here are where you can start changing things a little bit more. So anything here with a drop down, you can change in the settings tab. So go to settings and go back in to system settings, and the custom drop down lists are there for you to tailor. And you should really do this during your trial so that you get the system looking more like your own system. So simply go into things like account type and take out what you're not going to use and what you want to use. So maybe you want to use the word client but not customer. You can bin customer, and you can also add in up here any additional account types you might want to use, like agent. And once it's all done, save your changes and you've saved all your drop downs. So simply work your way through those custom drop downs. The other thing you can do in the settings is you can add custom fields. So if there's something here that you need to add, both at account, contact, or any other level that's custom for you in your own business, then you can simply add it in via the settings, system settings, and custom fields. So decide where you want to add the custom field, click on the account, for example, and you can go down. Here's one we did earlier. We may want to have just a number head count field, and we may want to make live here. We've done one with a product multi-line drop down, and you simply save those changes. You can see you can add up to 28 fields, save the changes. Then when you go back into the account and save it, we should get 2 more fields. Here we go, we've got the head count and the product. So you can add your own custom fields throughout the system in settings. Simply scrolling down the page, now we're going to have a look at contacts and tasks and activities. You can add numerous contacts to each account, multiple contacts, unlimited contacts. Just simply write in the name in the box and fill in any of the numbers that you've got for this guy. And when I save that, you'll see another one will drop down. So you can just keep adding infinite numbers of contacts. If you click on any of these people, like Fred, you'll see there are more boxes behind, so you can fill in details about them and notes about the person if they work part-time, etc. So the contacts are the individuals at your prospect or client, and you can have multiple contacts. The other thing, we have obviously the decision maker, and the whole button here is when you're using our integrated marketing module, if people unsubscribe from marketing, then they will automatically be held for future mailings. You can simply send them individual emails, but they won't get the marketing emails. Our individual emails now, we have a 2-way mail sync, which is available on all our paid plans. So you can simply go into any of these email addresses, click on the email, and it will take you to your email client. You send your email in the normal way through Outlook, as I've got open here, and it will blind copy BCC your CRM system once it's set up and automatically go into the activities section here under email sent. Equally, if Fred or Bill responds, the email coming in will be recognized by the email address and automatically put into the activities section. So it is a two-way email sync, and it works with any email client. If you're interested in that, please take a look how to set it up in our support hub. Okay, just finishing the contact management now, tasks and activities. So tasks are reminders to do things in the future, and tasks can sync to Google Cal or Microsoft 365 and Exchange if you want to put them in a calendar system. This one is due for today, so I'm just going to click on the task. You'll see it was in red, and I'm now going to resend the proposal. And if there's any follow-up, rather than just completing and saving, you can complete it and put a new follow-up task straight on. So I'm now going to follow that up, probably on Thursday, with a different high priority, and it's a call. You can also give tasks to other people if you're going to be off, or you just want to hand over tasks for somebody else to do, obviously providing they've got access to the system. So we now save that. We'll scroll down the system again, and you'll see that in the activities section, the completed tasks go into activity. We've got the new task on. So completed tasks are in activities, and also just making a phone call or receiving one. So I'm going to click on Add New Activity and just quickly write up the description. And that is a completed activity and a completed tasks. You'll also be able to get into your tasks on the menu here, so you can work through your task list for the day, and you'll see it in red is anything that's overdue or due today, amber in the next couple of days, and green for the future. And also, I like on my dashboard to have the task widget, so again you can get into your task that way and work through it. Opportunity management within the CRM system is the sales lead tracking, and everybody's slightly different, but like most things within really simple systems, you need to add an opportunity to the account. So your account has to be there first, probably as a prospect, could be as a client. And you simply go in and add the opportunity to the account. So I'm going to go into an account, choose to add an opportunity. So we'll go into Piper Consulting, and we'll move down, and we can click on Add. When you add an opportunity, the opportunity name will default to the company name, but that can be overwritten. It's a text field, and it could be a quote number. Close date is when do you hope to get the deal, when do you hope to get the revenue, and the standard is set at 6 weeks. But if you're on a long lead time, if you sell to government, for example, you can set that at 6 months, 3 months. Our support team will do that for you, but alternatively, you can just move it around on the calendar. So let's hope this comes in for the end of July. Also, when you're starting out, it'll probably be a new lead, but this is your sales cycle, and it's taking its data on the home widget. You probably saw when I signed on, if I go back to my dashboard, one of the dashboard that we really like is the sales funnel, and this is where it's taking its data from, new lead, closing proposal, but you need to put your own sales cycle in there. So these are the drop downs in the setup tab. We're going into system settings again and managing the drop downs, and there's 3 areas for the opportunity. There's the opportunity status, so you need to put in your own sales cycle. If you're happy with that, that's great. Your opportunity line are your products and services, and again you can take out what you don't want, add in new. This is very high level. Some people even put part numbers in, so whatever you need to track as a sales organization. So back into the opportunity, you'll see new lead, next step, qualified call maybe, or a meeting. And it's up to you when you start to forecast this, ready for your report. I personally don't forecast until we've qualified it, but you can forecast at any time. And the probability is just probably 10% with a new lead until it's qualified. But again, we can put some standard percentages in, and our support team can do that for you. Otherwise, you let your salespeople use their knowledge and change the probability as it moves up and hopefully towards closure. I'm going to move down here now. So we've got 12 licenses of software with a unit per user price, And let's have a couple of lines. So we'll do some services, 2 days of development, and you can keep adding opportunity lines. If you know the source, where did it come from? Put it in there. And at a later stage, if you do lose deals, you want to know why, and you've got a win-loss report down there. And we save it. So that's adding a new opportunity. And if I go back to Piper Consulting, that new opportunity will sit against the account. Now over to the menu over here, if you're in sales like me, I use this, if not daily, every other day. I like to look at all my opportunities across all my accounts. Now I'm signed on as Gandalf in this fictitious company, in this demo system, and because I'm the sales manager, I have access to see everything, but you can restrict what you want your salespeople to see when they log on, whether it's the accounts, the contacts, or the opportunities. So if you just want Joe to see Joe's opportunities, that can be restricted. However, I'm logged on here, I want to see everything. I think this is a great click and sort tool. So this is sorted by close date, and we can sort by status, see which deals are closing, or we can sort by salesperson, initials. So I'm going to go back to this status, and I'm actually going to show you how to close a deal now. We've added a new deal, we've looked at all the deals, and I want to close a deal. We all like closing a deal. So this one here from the 7th of June, what we're going to do now is click on the opportunity name, and this deal has now come in. And effectively, if I go back to my dashboard, what we're going to do here in this opportunity and forecast summary widget is to take this deal from the pipeline where we had 37 and into close this month where we've currently only got 3. So to close a deal, we go in, close the deal. It's come in slightly later than we thought, but it's in. The status has moved from closing to 1. Next step could be a call, or it could be invoice or implement or whatever. Forecast is now a done deal. It's closed and won. And it has to be 100% to move from the pipeline into closed. And we save it. So that is now done. And hopefully when we go in and refresh our dashboard, that deal has moved, as you can see, from the pipeline, and we've now got 4 deals closed this month. So if you're in sales, this is a good widget to have, and it can either be closed this month or closed this quarter, however you're measured. You've got your sales team here, and you've got the total. So these are all your deal. Obviously, this is in sterling, but if you're in the US, it will be in dollars. If you're in Europe, it will be in euros. And these are the deals that the team are working on in the pipeline. So we've got 37 deals, opportunities, and the unweighted value is the full value of the deal. If everything came in, we've got nearly £254,000 of the business, and the weighted value is where the salesperson has put a percentage chance of it happening, and it just weights the deal. Okay, so we've shown you how to close a deal, looked at all the opportunities and adding a sales opportunity. And now finally we go into the reports. We have 2 powerful report writers in the system. We have a listing report writer, and you can report on anything here. You choose your scope, report view, whether it's the account or the contact or marketing campaigns or sales, and the fields that you want reported and the selection criteria. So that's the listing report writer. And the forecast report writer is everything to do with sales and opportunities. So that's focused on the sales side. So take some time to have a look at, in the report section, the standard ones that get shipped with your system on the trial. I'm going to look at all the reports here and just pick out a couple to show you. So an example of a listing report writer is all activity report, and all our reports, you have options here. So you can run the report, you can download into a data file, e.g. Excel, and send it to somebody, or a PDF. You can modify them or delete them. So I'm going to run the report. And this will give you the name of the account, the date, the type of activity that was taken today, and a brief description. So that's an example of a listing report. And then also in reports, I'll give you an example of a sales report. So summary group forecast by salesperson is a popular one. You can click on there, And again, you can change the start month. So if you want to go to the start of the year, start of a quarter, let's have a look from April. Run the report, and this will give you subtotal by salesperson, Frodo, Bob, Gandalf, poor old Legolas, just with the one deal, and then the grand total. And if you're happy with that, and then you can choose to modify any of the fields. So you can say, I don't want 12 months out in our business. I really only want to be looking 6 months out. And I want the unweighted, that full value, not the weighted. So we can now rerun it. And if you're happy with that report, then you can either save it as a new name or overwrite that last one. Okay, we're now going to finish the webinar in the Settings tab. I'm just going to work our way through here. Those things that I've not shown you already. In the subscription section is you can manage all the features that you want. So in Manage My Subscription. So you can manage which plan you're on, which pricing plan, how many users you want, up or down, optional modules, whether you want the marketing, the simple marketing or advanced, and your plan breakdown. That's in Manage My Subscription. We've been into a lot of the system settings. So you've got the custom fields and the custom drop-down lists. User settings is where you can set up more users, change passwords and give them user profiles. So if you want to put people into groups and give them special setups and formatting and time zones, you can go in through the user settings. Bearing in mind only the administrator gets access to all this. And I mentioned data management is where you can import and export your data and manage your document storage. And finally, integrations. So if you want any kind of integrations, I've mentioned MailSync during the webinar, you can go in here and set it up. We've got email and contacts and calendar applications where you can add in your tasks. And for those of you who want access to an accounting software, we integrate with two at the moment, which is Xero and Cashflow. And we have API access if you want to integrate to another web-based system. And web transactions. So within our advanced marketing module, we have something called web to lead forms, and we can organize web transactions where you can take data from a website directly into the system from something like a contact us data. And finally at the top, you've got your personal avatar and you have a secure logout button. That's the end of our webinar today. If you would like to look at the CRM features in more detail, we also run more advanced webinars, for example, customization, reporting, sales lead pipeline, and marketing. And you can register for those on our website free of charge. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you found the webinar useful.